member of Post 310 under the leadership of Commander Robert Madlock.
All right.
Yeah, that's Robert L. Madlock with a hard K. That's our commander. But yeah, I am Anthony Winston, and this is one of the greatest historians in the 5th area of the American Legion.
All right,
Roger Waiters.
All right.
So we're glad to have you out here today for this historic event, Change the Street from to Martin Luther King's Way. This is the way. And our youth did this for us.
All right.
Show you what we can do when we all work together.
Broadway Heights. You guys,
Broadway
God bless
Heights.
you
That's
guys.
the name.
God bless you guys.
So we got we're known a little in the city now.
Amen.
For the little community.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we make things happen.
Yeah, and you guys got it all clean here. You got your little sign out there all done up right. I mean, God bless you guys. This is what communities are supposed to be about. If all communities could use this example, it would be this is what Martin Luther King was talking about, and not by the content of their character. You know, everybody needs to pull together. Black, white, Oriental, it doesn't matter. You know, we're all humans. Why look for life on another planet if you can't get along on this one?
That's right.
It don't even make sense.
All right, then. Thank you very much for that input, and we will take it at the heart. Thank you for coming and sharing this around.
It's a beautiful morning to be here, you know, with everybody here from the community to rename a street after Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. He was well deserving, and he's definitely one of my heroes. So it was great for us to have just a global hero in our community, a sign named after a global hero, and I recognize it and I respect it. And it's a blessing to be here with everyone today, November 6, 2010, to be able to acknowledge Dr. Martin Luther King. And
And I want the bishop to come up and give his invocation here. And Bishop lives in the neighborhood. He lives 2 doors from me. So we don't have to reach far.
Let us pray. Eternal God, our Father, we're so thankful for the blessings that you've bestowed upon us. And as we come together on this particular day, we're especially thankful for all the festivities that will take place today. We praise you because you said in everything give you thanks. We thank you for these young people that were so graciously put forth in the effort that they have to get this together today. We're thankful for the man that we are celebrating today and recognizing the fact all of his goodness and things that he's done. Renaming of this street, Western to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Way. And we praise God for him and for all those that were with him. We ask now that you would bless in Jesus' name and we give you glory for it all. Thank God. Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic from which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you. I'm going to have a neighbor come up and do an African tradition for us, a libation. And I'm going to call on Mr. Bradford to come and do that.
Call upon the source of universal power by whichever name that we call upon that source, as diverse as we are, 6 billion people on this planet, to be with us today in this diversity that the Creator has created, which is beyond our control and greater than ourselves. We call upon ourselves to remember the skies above, the sun, the moon, the stars, the trees, the plants, all those things that were here long before we were, and perhaps may be here long after we are gone. We call upon us to remember that, and the Creator, and to understand that any and everything that we do in this world is designed to bring about the harmony and the productivity and the structure of the universe, and our response to the Creator, which we have to obey whether we decide whether we want to or not, and all things that are in the universe itself. Ashe. We call upon all our ancestors. Each of us has come here by the way of ancestors. Each of us stands on the shoulders of ancestors who have brought us this way, regardless of where we originate from on this planet. We call upon those ancestors to be with us today in this process of honoring ancestor Martin Luther King, and also honoring the process that he brought about of us also beginning to understand that we are tied together, whether we choose to be or not. And then in that process, we must understand that as human beings, we are a part of the human process. We call upon those ancestors to bless us and to remind us of what our purpose is. Ashe. Ashe. Finally, we call upon our responsibility to those who are yet to be born, those who are in the stomachs of their mothers, those who sit on our laps, those who attend our schools, those who seek us for guidance. We call upon them to remind us that every time we look at them, what we are responsible for, that we are responsible for their safety. We are responsible for their education. We are responsible for them learning to love, to give, to cherish, and to be honorable to each other. We are responsible for that, and we call upon them to remember that we gather here today not for ourselves, but for them and the future that they promise us if we make a commitment to them today. Ashe. Ashe. May the source of universal power hear us. May our ancestors hear us. And may those of the future hear us.
It is so fitting and it's so important that we remember from whence we come. Doesn't matter what race you are, what color skin you are, we all have history. We all have folks that shoulders that we're standing on and trying to carry on. I'll be remiss if I don't introduce my wife. Where's my wife at? She back there. I'll hear about this later. Barbara, she's back there. My wife back there, Barbara. He's here with me. Jim's with me and his wife. So I got to do that. All right. Where's Kelly and Emily at? Y'all come forward. These two people here are part of the youth team, and actually Emily was the person that did a presentation at the council office, and Kelly was with us, so we're going to have them welcome you here now.
Welcome to the Broadway Heights renaming of Weston Street. Thank you for showing up on this memorable day, honoring Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We'd like to thank all the people who made this dream a reality. Also, a special thanks to Mayor Jerry Sanders and Councilman Tony Young. There are so many people involved in making this become history, so after all the hard work and persistence, our community is proud to welcome you to the renaming of Weston Street to Martin Luther King Jr. Way.
Hello everybody, my name is Kelly Rochelle Williams. I've been living in this neighborhood for 19 years of me being 21. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. will be happy of us kids making this history and the history that we are making. And on that note, I would like to be happy to say welcome to our ceremony in our neighborhood. And I hope you all enjoy it and this history that us kids are making. I bet Dr. King is looking down at us right now with a big smile from ear to ear. Anyways, have fun and enjoy the yummy food.
Okay. All right, let's give him a hand. Let's give him a hand. That's what it's really all about. It ain't about us old folks. This is about these young people. That's what it's truly all about, and that's what makes me happy when I wake up in Broadway Heights every day, because I know that I can see these young people walking down the street, and they'll stop and speak to me. And if I see them that I need to tell them something, I'll tell them. and they'll run and tell their parents, but their parents going to send them back. Well, he told you that's the way it is. So we have the trust of the parents in our community, the adults in our community, where we can communicate with our young folks. And that's truly a blessing. If we need to hold court in the community, we hold court. We don't need to go see the judge. We just judge it right here. So this is that's really true. Where's the chief at? Is that right, chief? We've held court before. Nobody went to jail. So, we're able to do that, and when the community respect that, we're able to make things happen in our community. Because when I stand here today, unveiling these blades in this community, that's just the beginning for this street. This is going to be a destination for our community, and we will be talking about how we do that, and I'll let the councilman share what some of his ideas about that. We want to make this a destination, and we're going to do that. Okay, now, I'm going to have Charles Ray. Everybody, if you look on the back of your program, you'll see some lyrics.
Singing, lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven rings with the harmony of liberty. Let every high as the lifting sky, let us be joined loud as a rolling sea. Sing a song full of the hope that sing a song full of the facing the rising sun. Let everything begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Thank you.
Charles is our music guy every year at our Christmas party. He comes and he brings his other friends with him, and we just set up in the living room and we just have a great old Christmas party. And guess what? The kids are there and there's no alcohol. How about that? And guess what? Everybody's having fun. Everybody's having fun, and we do that every year. So that's a good thing. That's just another way that we try to teach our kids that it's okay to have fun wherever they live. Okay, now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring up the youth president of this group. He's a young man that he's grown in this group. He's done a lot of things in this group. He's always there. He's always attempting to do things or make sure that we have things. And Justin is a guy that calls the kids. He said, look, we need to do this. We need to get it together. Justin called the other day. That's why the kids was out here at 6 o'clock this morning. So come on up, Justin, and say a few words here.
Hi, my name is Justin Young. I'm the president of the Broadwood Heights Community Council Youth Group. I would like to take a few minutes to tell you why renaming Weston Street to Martin Luther King Way is so important to the youth in this area. In 2007, more than 50 youth and adults from Broadwood Heights took a civil rights tour across America. During those 16 days, we read, saw, and touched the life of Dr. King. When our youth team was given this opportunity to do this project, we were excited and ready to work. We started by asking for our neighbors' opinions, notifying our neighbors by passing out flyers, asking for their support by getting petitions signed, giving monthly updates in our newsletter, going downtown several times to turn in paperwork, and to ask the city council for support. Standing here today, I remember the feeling I had standing at the Lorraine Motel and in front of Dr. King's grave at the King Center. This street will always be here in reminder of what Dr. King did. Thank you for celebrating with us today.
Let me tell you something. We don't have to sit around and have a meeting and say, well,